Hi, John Weber in the Lowcountry, Associate Broker, Charter One Realty. Today, in today's video, you are going to need to get a pencil or a pen and paper because I'm going to talk about the secrets of living in the Lowcountry. From bugs to gators to flood zones and positive stuff too. So we're going to talk about the good, the bad. There's nothing really ugly. Stay tuned. One thing I have learned through the years of making these videos is that a lot of people come up to me and they thank me so much for telling them what it's like to live down here. Not just looking at a house, video going through a home, it's really what it's like to live down here. So I was sitting there the other day and I was thinking, you know, there's so much to this living down here. Let's talk about the secrets of living in the Lowcountry. And maybe salespeople don't tell you everything, or they maybe kind of skirt the truth. They're not lying, but let's go over them. I got a bunch of them, so you're going to need to write this down. Number one, this is a video that everybody down here knows, so it's not like anybody's hiding anything, but it's just a way of life down here. So when you're looking for, as I've said in many videos, when you're looking in areas of the country to live in, well, nothing's perfect. Lowcountry's not perfect. None of these other places you're looking for is perfect. So here we go. Number one secret of living in the Lowcountry, you need to have bug spray. You just gotta have it. If you play golf, you play tennis, pickleball, you gotta have it in your bag. You gotta have it at your house if you're gonna sit outside. Mostly in the evenings, maybe early morning, the no-see-ums from time to time. Bugs don't really bother me. Sometimes I'm out there and there's mosquitoes. If it rains a lot, there's mosquitoes. But you are going to need bug spray. There's no doubt about that. So that's the first one, bug spray. Nobody ever told you that, I am. Next one, you must buy a bicycle. If you're coming down here to relocate or you're going to retire down here, you have got so many areas where you could ride a bike. It's flat, it's easy to do. You will thank me for this one. You can take the bike if you really want to go all out, get a rack for the back of your car and take it out to the beach and ride your bike on the beach. And when you come home, you just hose it off from the salt and the sand, you're good to go. But a bike is a must-have. Next one, a little bit negative here. We don't like to talk about hurricanes too much, but I'm sorry. We're on the coast and we're exposed. You're exposed in New Jersey, you're exposed in Corpus Christi, Texas, New Orleans. We're exposed. It's just the way it is. I've been through a lot of hurricanes. When we lived in Florida, we evacuated, so I think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. They're very dangerous, and it's very, very important to have a plan. When you get here, it's just part of living here. When the storms pop up during hurricane season, you're going to take note on TV. Is it going into the Gulf? Is it coming this way? So have a plan, batteries, flashlights. Don't be like everybody else and run over to Home Depot and it's 10 hours away. So have a plan and get your stuff, all right? The next one, this is a little bit negative, but it's what it is. That road out there, 278, that takes you from the interstate all the way down to Hilton Head Island, it's dangerous. There's a lot of people going real fast on that road. They blow by me and I see and they're texting. They're not paying attention. They're just not used to it. So they run red lights. See it all the time. Drive defensively on 278. I drive defensively no matter where I am because you're watching everybody. But on 278, if you have a green light and you're at an intersection, don't go. Look both ways, then you go. You just have to be careful. So it's really no different than being in a big city. I've lived in Washington, D.C. That beltway is kind of intense, but 278, drive defensively. Next one. Everybody wants to know about this. Alligators. Everybody wants to know about alligators. Everybody's afraid of alligators. And they are in, as I always say, they're everywhere water is, and they say that they don't really go into brackish water. I've seen them in brackish water. They're in the freshwater lagoons. They mind their own business for the most part. They have their habitat, we have ours, and from time to time you do see in the news that somebody was killed by an alligator or attacked by an alligator. It's usually a pretty freaky situation. Something out of the ordinary happened. Somebody slipped, fell into the lagoon, got their dog's leash tangled up, something like that. Just don't go near the edge of lagoons. You can just keep it at that. It's also very important to understand the springtime down here is the mating season for alligators. As I've said in other videos, they're looking for love in all the wrong places. Just be aware of it. So, you know, lots of people down here. Population of Hilton Head is 40,000, Bluffton is 20,000. We got lots of tourists down here. Rarely are people being attacked by alligators. It's just the way it is. So just be aware of the alligator. Springtime, mating. All right, next, climate. Summer is hot. There is no getting around that. It is hot down here. But one of the secrets people don't know is in the evenings, many times, we'll walk outside. It's totally great. There's a nice breeze. It's a little cooler. And it was really hot and humid during the day. And you go, hey, this is great. Not many people know that. As far as the climate goes, I'm going to add something that's not on my piece of paper here. But you have 4 distinct seasons. If you live in Florida, you don't have that. You have 4 seasons: summer, fall, winter, and spring. Spring and fall. Absolutely gorgeous, just gorgeous. They're long seasons, it's beautiful, and if you haven't been down here, then come check it out. But summer's hot. That's June, July, and August. It's hot. A little bit into September. But the evenings are really nice many times. All right, next item. I told you I've got a lot of them. Flood insurance is important no matter what zone you live in. Now, when I say that, as a lot of you have watched these videos, you have certain flood zones, high-risk flood zones. You have other flood zones that are not considered high risk. And so you can get flood insurance on these other zones. And it's not that much money, but I understand that the price is increasing on these. And if somebody does have flood insurance of a home that you're buying, it's important to try to assume that policy, even if they're in a not a high risk. There's some of these changes that are going on in flood insurance. So, and the insurance people down here tell me over the last few years, people are buying flood insurance like crazy, and they don't even live in a high-risk area. If you're financing your home, you're in a high-risk area determined by the flood zone, the bank will make you get flood insurance. So that's the thing about flood insurance. Next item. Termite warranty is very important down here. You all are not really familiar with termites and bugs and things like that because you don't have it up north. But you can't close on a house in South Carolina unless you have a, quote, CL100 report, which is a third party that goes out, the attorney contacts them, they inspect the home for any termite problems, and it's important to have some type of a termite bond or warranty where the home is being looked at and maintained by a termite company, bug company. It's just important to do. You don't want to go without that. So, okay. Here's a positive one. If I had been dwelling on the negative too much, this is positive. Take time to walk on the beach. You might not think, well, we're not really big beach people. You don't have to be big beach people. But take time, go in the morning sometime, or go in the evening and walk on the beach. It's gorgeous, and you can just walk for miles. And it's just really kind of a cool thing to do. I mean, we don't do it every week or anything, but we'll go out there, say, you want to walk on the beach? Sure, let's go. So it's really cool to take time to walk on the beach, and taking it one step further. If you don't have a bike, which you should have a bike, because that was number 2 on this list. If you don't, you can rent plenty of bikes down there and just go on the beach with it and ride through a lot of Hilton Head. It's totally great. All right, next item. As you can tell, this is a winter day, 2023. Yes, it's a winter day, and we're in the middle of pine pollen season. And a lot of people don't know what that is, but when you come down here, we have so many beautiful tall pines. I believe they call them red pines. It might be loblolly pine, but I know the red pines. Anyway, in February and at least half of March, maybe the 3rd week in March, you have a yellow film all over everything. If you have a screened-in porch, you better cover your furniture up. It's just part of living here. You go out to your car and you go, what happened? And there's just a yellow film. Even my camera I'm shooting this video on, I notice there's a yellow film. Pine pollen is not an allergen. Very important to know that. I've had doctors tell me that. It's too big. The pine pollen is just too big. So, but pine pollen is everywhere. It's a bit of a hassle. It's one of the secrets of the low country. You're gonna have to put up with it for a month, maybe a month and a half. All right, dogs leashed on the beach. The dogs must be on the leash while walking on the beach in the summer. And that means from Memorial Day to Labor Day. They got to be on a leash. And from Labor Day through the winter, they don't have to be on the beach. So that's kind of important to know. A lot of people around here have dogs, and they take them to the beach, and it's great. And they run. It's totally awesome. They jump in the ocean. But that's the rule on dogs being leashed. Speaking of the beach, if you live on Hilton Head Island, you need to apply and get a beach parking pass. I don't know if it's free or not, but it's not. It is free. Yeah, it's free. So, but you don't have to pay for parking, and it's just a little white sticker on your bumper, and it's great. Bluffton cannot do that. There are some of the luxury clubs that have arrangements with like the Westin on the beach and maybe another hotel on the beach where they can go and park. I'm talking about like Colleton River, Belfair, Berkeley Hall. But for everyone else in Bluffton, you're going to have to drive over and just do by the meter. That's what it is. Okay, the beach pass. Last one. Understand what the prime season is down here. Prime season is summer. You have all the kids are out of school. Everybody's headed to the beach. The hotel rates are higher. The restaurants have lines. It's busy. I personally don't go to the island that much in the summer unless I have a really good reason, because it's busy. But after Labor Day, we retake the island. We go, no waiting in restaurants. It's great. So just be aware of that. The hotel rooms are cheaper, and you can come down anytime you want to. But just be aware, summer is our prime season. I think that's it. I don't know how long I've been going. Didn't stumble too badly. But those are secrets in the low country. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing. I put a video out each week on the lifestyle and the culture of the Lowcountry, it's important to subscribe. If you have any secrets that I didn't mention, put it down below in the video, and we answer all the comments. It's great. And please consider the John Weber team for purchasing a home site down here or a home, because last year we just tallied the numbers up for our team with Charter One. It's over 94 million we did last year in closed and pending business in 2022, which seems like a lot of money to me. So we do a lot of business, we know what we're doing, and I've got 4 great agents on my team, and we stand ready to help you find your dream home. So those are the secrets of the Lowcountry. Come down and see us. We'll find your dream home.